Welcome students. So in this video I'll discuss about angle between two straight line, okay, and perpendicularity and parallelism of straight lines, and also we'll try to finish the concept of intersection of two straight lines. Okay, so angle between two straight lines. So suppose you are given two lines. First one is r vector equal to I cap plus j cap plus 2k cap, okay, plus lambda into 3i cap plus 4j cap plus 6k cap. This one is the first vector, first straight line. Another straight line is given r vector equal to 2i cap plus j cap plus k cap, okay, plus mu into some other constant. Here lambda, here mu I have taken as it is a separate line. I cap plus 3j cap plus 2k cap. Okay, these two straight lines you are given in vector form I have taken. Okay, so the angle between them is, you see, angle between is cos theta is equal to, suppose if you compare first straight line r vector equal to a plus lambda b, no, a plus lambda b. These are the this is the vector equation of a line in space, vector equation of straight line in space. Now this one is your what? As two lines are there, this one will call as b1 and this one we call as b2. Okay, like this with lambda, with the constant what is multiplied, that is the b vector. Okay, so this one is b1 vector and b2 vector. So our topic of in calculation will take only the b1 and b2. There is no matter of these two first vectors, this a1 and a2, that is not required in finding the angle. Okay, so cos theta is equal to, what we need to do, just take the dot product of b1 and b2 divided by modulus of b1 into modulus of b2. This is just the simple way to find the angle between two straight line in space. Okay, if it is given in the vector form. In the Cartesian form also if it is given, then also we can easily do. Just take the direction ratios. Okay, just take the direction ratios as in the denominator. Let me show you quickly. So you can do this calculation, no? You can take the dot product of b1 and b2, then just divide it by their modulus. Okay, in that part you will get the angle between them. Now you see, let me show you the process in Cartesian form if it is given. If the straight lines are given in Cartesian form, suppose the straight line is given, in general I am taking, suppose x minus x1 by a1 is equal to y minus y1 by b1 is equal to z minus z1 by c1. This is the first line. And another line is given, x minus x2 by a2 is equal to y minus y2 by b2 is equal to z minus z2 by c2. These two lines are given. Then how to find the angle between them? Same only, just this is in the Cartesian form. Again cos theta is equal to, here we will take like this, you see, a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2. Okay, just with the direction ratios, a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 divided by root over of a1 square plus b1 square plus c1 square into root over of a2 square plus b2 square plus c2 square. Just if you calculate this one, okay, if you calculate this one, you will get your angle between two straight line if they are in the Cartesian form. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, now let me go to the concept of finding equation of line which is parallel to some other line, finding the equation of line which is parallel to some other straight line, okay, and passing through some point parallel to some other straight line, okay, not some vector. Okay, so suppose the question, let me take the question, we'll understand the concept by taking question. Okay, it will be better for you. So the question is, find the equation of line, find the equation of line, okay, find the equation of line passing through what, 1 comma minus 1 comma 0, okay, and parallel to, okay, parallel to what, another line, x minus 2 by 3 is equal to 2y plus 1 by 2 is equal to 5 minus z by 1. You see, so as the question they are given, we are supposed to find the equation of a line which is passing through some point, this point is given, okay, and the line is parallel to some other line whose equation is given. So what we'll do, we'll try to get the direction ratios, because equation of a line passing through some point, equation of a line passing through some point, you can let the equation of line. So you let the required equation, let the required equation be as it is passing through the point 1 minus 1 0. We know x minus this is x1, no, divided by, we know this one is a, is equal to y minus y1, it is already minus 1, so it will be plus 1, divided by b is equal to z minus z1 by c. This is the required equation you need to get. Now what we need to know, the direction ratios a, b, c. That one if we can get, then this will be our required equation. Now this one we can get these direction ratios from the parallel equation. They have told this line is parallel to that one. So whatever the direction ratios there, these will be the direction ratios of this line. Okay, this is the concept. Whatever the direction ratios of the parallel line, that would be the direction ratio of the required line. Because the required line is parallel to this one, no, so the direction ratios will be same. But here this is not exactly given in the general form. So the given line you are supposed to take in the general form, then whatever the direction ratio we will get, that direction ratios I will substitute there, and that will be our equation. So let us see how to take this one in general form. Let me rub the question a little bit. Okay, we will take this equation in the general form. How to take, you see. First you see what you need to do, the first fraction, it is already there, x minus 2 by 3, it is already there in the format. But here 2 is multiplied with that, so I can take 2 common, so it will be y plus half divided by 2 is equal to, here also it should be z minus something, but it is given 5 minus z, so I will take minus common, so it will be z minus 5 divided by 1. Now I will take them, because this one cannot be in the numerator as well. So in the next line what we will do, we will take x minus 2 by 3, this is okay only, but in the second fraction I will take this y in the denominator, divide by, so it will be 1 y plus half divided by 2 by 2 will be 1, okay, is equal to this minus I will write in the denominator, so it will be z minus 5 by minus 1. So what the direction ratios you got, 3, 1 and minus 1. So here I will put, in place of a I will put 3, in place of b I will put 1, and in place of c I will put minus 1. So what is the required equation? Therefore our required equation will be x minus 1 by a will be 3, because they are parallel, okay, that's why we can write y plus 1 by b is 1, and z minus 0 by c is minus 1. So this is the equation of the required line. So if they are telling two lines are parallel, that means their direction ratios we can take the same. And this is just what is the difference, this is passing through some point and this is passing through some other point, that is the difference. Okay, so this is the concept. This is how you will find the equation of line passing through some point and parallel to some other given line. Okay, now another concept I will discuss here today. Okay, that one is if two lines are perpendicular to each other, then what will happen? If two lines are perpendicular to each other, always remember, let me give you the concept first. Suppose two lines are given, x minus x1 by a1 is equal to y minus y1 by b1 is equal to z minus z1 by c1. This is one straight line, and another one is given, x minus x2 by a2 is equal to y minus y2 by b2 is equal to z minus z2 by c2. These two lines are given. Now if two lines are perpendicular to each other, suppose they are perpendicular to each other, at that time what will happen, you see, product of their direction ratios, sum of the product of their direction ratios will be always equal to 0. Remember the concept. If two straight lines are perpendicular to each other, then these are the direction ratios, the denominators are the direction ratios. So if I take product of the sum of the product of their direction ratios, so if I take sum of the product of their direction ratios, that is a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2, so this sum of the products of their direction ratio will be always equal to 0 if two lines are perpendicular to each other. If two lines are perpendicular to each other, so this condition will always happen. Okay, this condition will always happen. So if two lines are perpendicular to each other, this condition will always happen for two straight lines if they are given in Cartesian form. Okay. So remember, in the Cartesian form only, if the equations are given in vector form, then also we can reduce them in Cartesian form, then again we can use the same condition. So let me take one question depending on this concept, means perpendicularity of two lines, that concept. If we can do equation, if we can take one question, that one would be, question is find the value k, okay, some constant k, if line is given x minus 1 by minus 3 equals to y minus 2 by 2 lambda equals to z minus 3 by 2, this line, and another line is given x minus 1 by 3 lambda equal to y minus 1 by 1 is equals to z minus 6 by let me take this one is k, no, the constant I have taken k, okay, the constants I have taken k. So z minus 6 by minus 5. Find k if this line and this line are perpendicular to each other. They have given lines are perpendicular to each other. So as we know, just I have discussed, if two lines are perpendicular to each other, then sum of the products of their direction ratios will be always 1. And remember one concept, the equations has to be in the general form, or in the standard form. That means I mean to say the format should be x minus x1 by a1. That format should be there. There nothing should be multiplied with x. It cannot be like 1 minus x. Constant should not be in the first. Okay, the format should be same, x minus x1 by a1. That format should be there. If they are not giving in the standard form, by doing one step calculation you need to take it to the standard form. Okay, in previous some previous problems I have shown this part, how to take it to the standard form. In my previous video also I have shown. Okay, so by chance here coincidentally these two equations, both the equations are in the standard form only. So what we can do, as the will give the logic like this: since the two lines are perpendicular, since the given two lines are perpendicular, given two lines are perpendicular to each other, so what we can do, sum of the product of their direction ratios, that means minus 3 into 3k, okay, then plus 2k into 1, okay, let me take dot, 2k into 1 plus 2 into minus 5, that one would be equal to 0. So from that condition we will get the value of k, you see. So this is giving you minus 9k plus 2k, okay, because this is 2k into 1, minus 10 equal to 0. So what I can get, this is minus 7k is equal to 10. So k equal to what? K is equal to minus 10 by 7. So in this way we will find the value of some constant if it is given, using the concept of perpendicularity of two lines. So what I have learned, if two lines are perpendicular to each other, then sum of the products of their direction ratios will be always equal to 1. Okay, that is the concept. Now one more thing, let me discuss that one. Okay, quickly let me discuss that one. How to check whether two straight lines are intersecting or not. Suppose these two straight lines are there, whether they are intersecting or not. So if they are intersecting, obviously the point of intersection will be there. So that concept we will learn here. Okay, how to check the intersection of two straight lines. Let me discuss this one also by taking example. Okay, suppose question is like this: show that the straight lines are given x minus 1 by 2, y minus 2 by 3 is equal to z minus 3 by 4. This straight line, another straight line is given x minus 4 by 5 is equal to y minus 1 by 2 is equal to z, only z they have given. They have given only z. So as they have given only z, I can fill it like z minus 0 by 0 like this. I can fill it. So now what they have told, we need to show that they are intersecting. That means they are meeting at some point. So how to show this one, you see? How to show this one, you see? We need to start the solving process in this way. First straight line, x minus 1 by 2. Okay, so let me not write. The first straight line you take equal to some constant lambda. equal to some constant lambda, and the second straight line you take some constant mu. See the process carefully. Okay, whatever the straight lines are given, we are checking whether they are intersecting or not. So the first straight line I have taken equal to some lambda, and the second equation I have taken equal to mu. Now from the first equation, what we can get, if I take the first fraction equal to lambda, so the value of x will be 2 lambda plus 1, no? Yes. If I take the second fraction equal to lambda, so y equal to what? 3 lambda. So there is a little bit change. This is not only z minus 0, this is z plus 1. Okay, there is a change in the question. This should be z plus 1. This is not z minus 0. So we are supposed to show they are intersecting. Okay, so from the first part, as I have taken equal to lambda, so first fraction if I take equal to lambda, so what would be the point? Already I have discussed how to find any point on the line, isn't it? So that's why I have taken this one equal to lambda and this one equal to mu. So in the first line I will find the coordinate of any point on the line. In my previous video I have discussed about that. So how to find the coordinates of this point on the line, any point, that one. So means equating the first fraction equal to lambda. So what we will get? 2 lambda plus 1. This is the x coordinate. Then what is the, if I equate the second fraction equal to lambda, it will be 3 lambda plus 2, comma, last one would be 4 lambda plus 3. So this is the coordinates of the point or any point on the first line. Then we'll find the coordinates of the any point on the second line. So if I equate the first fraction equal to mu, here I have taken the constant mu. So it will be 5 mu plus 4, comma, 2 mu plus 1, comma, this one would be 0 into mu minus 1. So it will be only minus 1. Okay, now listen to me one concept. Okay, this one is the coordinate of the second, coordinates of the point on the second line, coordinates of the point on the second line. Now listen to me, two straight lines will intersect, okay, if their coordinates, or if two straight lines are intersecting, they will have a common point of intersection. Listen, see here carefully. If two straight lines are intersecting, they must have a common point of intersection. Now as I have taken this one an arbitrary point, this one an arbitrary point on the first line, and this is an arbitrary point on the second line. Now as we are supposed to show they are intersecting, that means they will have a common point of intersection, but we are supposed to show this one. So what we'll do, we'll take the first coordinate equal to first coordinate by taking the concept of they are having a common point of intersection. So as common point of intersection, the coordinates must be equal. So we'll take the first two coordinates equal. Okay, by equating the first two coordinates, we'll get the value of lambda and mu. And if I put the lambda and mu in the second, after equating the third coordinates in that equation, if it is satisfying the third equation, so we'll tell that the two straight lines are intersecting each other. So let me consider the equations using or equating the coordinates of the 2 points. Okay. So if we equate the coordinates of the 2 points, so what we'll get, you see, this is 2 lambda plus 1, this is 2 lambda plus 1, and this is 5 mu plus 4. So we must have equal to 2 lambda plus 1 is equal to 5 mu plus 4. We are considering the equation by equating the coordinates. Okay. Then the second equation will be 3 lambda plus 2 is equal to 2 mu plus 1. 2 mu plus 1. Okay. And the third equation would be, third equation is, you can see there is 4 lambda plus 3 is equal to minus 1. This is the third equation. So what we'll do, we'll solve first two equations. Okay, and we'll try to get the value of lambda and mu, solving first two equation. Now putting the values there in the third equation, if the values are satisfying the third equation as well, then we'll tell that the two straight lines are intersecting. Okay, two straight lines are intersecting. So if in this way they are asking to show that two straight lines are intersecting, you will do in this way. So let us solve the two equations, first two equation. So from here what we can get, 2 lambda is equal to 5 mu plus 4 minus 1. So it will be plus 3. So lambda equal to what? Lambda is equal to 5 mu plus 3 divided by 2. So this value of lambda I will put in the second equation. Means I am using the process of substitution, solving substitution by the method of substitution. So put the value of lambda there. So it is 3 is already there. 3 into lambda value is 5 mu plus 3 divided by 2 plus 2 is equal to what? Equal to 2 mu plus 1. So if I calculate here, it will be, if I take LCM there, it will be 15u, okay, plus 9, and 2 2s are 4, okay, 2 2s are 4 divided by 2, okay, is equal to 2 mu plus 1. Now just solve this one. What will get if I solve? So it is 15 mu, okay, 15 mu plus 13 is equal to 4 mu plus 2, 4 mu plus 2. Now what will get, you see, what will get, 15 mu minus 4 mu, so it will be 15 mu minus 4 mu, that means it is 11 mu, isn't it, is equal to 2 minus 13, 2 minus 13. So mu equal to what? 2 minus 13 is minus 11 divided by 11, so mu equal to minus 1 we are getting. Now if I put mu equal to minus 1 there, what lambda we are getting? Mu equal to minus 1, so it will be minus 2 by 2, so which is equal to, lambda is also equal to minus 1. So we are getting lambda equal to minus 1, mu equal to minus 1. Now put the value in the third equation. So as we can see in the third equation, by chance there is no mu, so the value of lambda only will put. So is it satisfying the third equation? In the left hand side you put in the third equation, put the value of lambda. What we are getting? 4 into minus 1 plus 3. So what we are getting? We are getting minus 1 only, no? That means it is satisfying the third equation. So what we can see, by solving the first two equations, we are getting the value of something, that value is satisfying the third equation as well. Now how we got the equations? By considering the coordinates, x coordinate equal to x coordinate, y coordinate equal to y coordinate, z coordinate equal to z coordinate. Why we have equated that coordinates? Because we have taken the concept that if two straight lines are intersecting, then their points will be same, they will have a common point of intersection. As common point of intersection, then their coordinates must be equal. That's why I have equated first two coordinates and I have solved them, and that one, if it is satisfying the third equation, okay, which we got by equated the third coordinates, if it is satisfying the third equation, then we'll tell yes, the two straight lines, given two straight lines are intersecting each other. Okay, so in this way we'll check whether two straight lines are intersecting each other or not. If it is not satisfying, then we'll tell that no, they doesn't intersect each other. So two types of question in the exam, it may come, check whether two straight lines are intersecting or not. The process is same, you will check. If they are asking show that they are intersecting, in this way you will show. Okay, so this is the thing. In this video I have discussed this much thing till intersection of two straight lines. Next two more topics are there in the straight line, that is the means distance between two parallel lines and distance between two skew lines. What is skew line, what is parallel line, that one we'll discuss in my next video. Okay, till then try to understand these concepts, and those who have not watched my previous video, the beginning of straight line in space, go and watch that video first, then watch this one. Otherwise there will be a little bit confusion. Okay, so thank you.